Hello and welcome. Jody Olette here, and I would like to welcome you to my Lead System Pro. Over the past 9 years working in the home business and MLM industry, I have certainly had my share of challenges and frustrations. I do know what it feels like to struggle, to work hard and wonder what is going on, why am I not getting the results as quickly as I want. I've also had my share of success, earning many top 10 awards in my primary company, driving company-paid Mercedes and Lexus, and traveling to many exotic locations all over the world. So no matter what the struggles or challenges you face, I am here to tell you that your freedom is worth the price that you will pay. You see, there's always a price. Either you pay the price up front or you pay it later, and it'll be greater. So whether you're just starting out in your new business or you've been around for a while, chances are that you are here because you're either not getting the results that you want or you simply want to take your business to the next level like me. So what I'm going to teach you in this video is simple. We're going to talk about the fundamentals of human nature. We're also going to talk about understanding the different business models used by the majority of home business owners, and also how you can use this information to build your own credibility, to increase knowledge, and add value to the people that you want to attract, and ultimately grow your business. So what we're going to start out with here today is really the fundamentals of human nature. So in order to understand how to attract people and actually be able to use a system to help people, we need to know a little bit about the nature of people, what people want and what they don't want. Now, there are just a few things here that really I've learned about human nature, and while the details may differ slightly from person to person, the big picture concepts are common among all. The first thing that people want is people want to have true time and financial freedom. Now, these two areas are really the superficial response. Okay? It's not the time. It's not the money. It is what it provides and what it allows a person to do. See, people want the time and the money to do basically what they want, what they enjoy, whatever their passion may be. They also want to be able to enjoy a comfortable and rewarding lifestyle. Now, what I mean by this is living above, just being able to pay the bills or even take a vacation now and then. But it's really about living life fully. It's about abundance. It's about, being able to give more to organizations they support, to be able to pursue other ambitions, to really live their personal dreams. It's really about freedom. And the third thing is that people want to eventually be able to fully relax and even retire in style someday. And what I'm referencing here is about retiring secure. Not about retiring and then seeing a significant decrease in income, but really being able to retire with the same lifestyle that, we've grown accustomed to be able to continue to live the same type of lifestyle that we did while we were working. And so it's really about retiring securely. Now, the next thing that we need to really understand in order to be able to help people and to use a system, we need to understand what people don't want. Now, a few things that I have learned is that generally people do understand the concept of building through people or through advertising or internet marketing to build the foundation for their business. But they do not want to be in a constant recruiting mode, always having to bring new people into their business. And they certainly don't want to have to do it for the rest of their lives. Now, one of the other things is that people will get started. They will move product initially. Usually it's the excitement of their new business or their belief in their products or their service and how it will help people. Some will even do it for a few years, move product consistently. But sooner or later, they don't want to have to do the same thing over and over. So it is better to be safe and assume that a system that is going to be successful doesn't require that people constantly sell every week or even regularly to be successful at it. Now, the third thing is that people do not want to have to rebuild their business or their team when it falls apart on them over and over again. You know, people do not want to be on a success roller coaster. Can you imagine putting time and effort into something to build it to the point where you want it, only to have it crash and burn? That is emotionally taxing, and people want a business that will stand the test of time. So just like building a house, once it is built, people want to really simply maintain, and that's what people want in their business, to build it and then maintain it. Okay? So now that we understand a little bit more about human nature, what people want, what they don't want, we need to understand business models, because in order to add value, we need to understand the most popular business models in which most home business entrepreneurs are using. And so what we're going to be talking about is traditional MLM and top-tier direct sales. And so first of all, let's talk about traditional MLMs. Okay? The compensation plan is based on recruiting a downline, building a large team, and earning residual commissions on the volume your team produces each week or month. It's based on the auto ships of current members and the volume of new members. Now, in a traditional MLM, the startup cost is usually pretty low, which is why it attracts so many people. It's usually in the range of $50 to $300 for startup, and a monthly auto ship of anywhere between $30 to $150, depending on the company. Now, the companies of this type are mostly in the health and wellness, nutrition, or beauty-based type companies, or even digital services or information. The attraction is definitely in the passive income. Okay, again, from auto shipments. And usually the dream of having a massive team and massive checks with low operating costs does make it easier to recruit. Now, let's look at the negative side. Okay, the low cost tends to attract more of the hobbyists. Okay, which means that there's less duplication from the majority of your people. And so, you know, it does require having a handful of superstar recruiters in your team to drive that volume. Now, most companies sell you the dream. You know, they share a story, the success picture, but fail to tell you that it will take you about 3 to 5 years on average to build a livable income, being the reason for the high attrition rate. On average, the annual attrition rate is 85%, because if people are not making money in a short amount of time, they quit and they cancel their auto ship. Now, the other negative is really the lack in long-term security. In a day where MLM companies come and go with the wind, the company could go out of business by the time you build a sizable team. Now, let's talk about the pros and cons when it comes to top-tier direct sales. So with this type of business, the compensation plan is based on a higher ticket item. It's usually a one-time purchase product that can cost anywhere between $1,000 to $10,000 or more, depending on the company. Now, in this business model, you get paid a large commission up front and sometimes additional income based on team members' production, but it is not an ongoing residual plan. Now, the pros of this type of program is that you get paid today. They're also known as GPT programs. So you don't have to wait to build a team to earn the larger commission. Because the commissions are larger, you could build significant income faster in this type of program. Now, another positive is that because the upfront cost is higher, you will tend to sort out more of the hobbyists and actually attract more serious players. And lastly, because of the one-time higher cost of investment, there's definitely more of a business ownership environment established, which does lower the attrition rate. Now, let's look at the negative side. Higher entry cost can lengthen the sales cycle. So in other words, it can take a person longer to make the decision before joining you. Because there is no residual income in this plan, if you want to continue to make a decent income, you must continue to sell over and over again, because if you stop, the income stops. And lastly, the higher cost can sort out candidates that may be a good fit, that may really want to do it, but just simply cannot afford the startup cost. Now, the great news here is that these two business models are not the only choices. I was actually very blessed to find a company that is a hybrid model, and so I want to show you what that looks like. Okay? Now, live your dream. At Vollara, we have multiple streams of income and rewards that really you can earn every step of the way. We've actually built a business model that uses both the traditional MLM model and combined it with a top-tier direct sales model, thus forming kind of a new age company or a hybrid model. Now, you may have heard other people tell you about the newest and greatest hybrid compensation plan. That is not what I am talking about. Okay? What is unique about our company, something that nobody else that I know of in the marketplace has. See, we have learned that in order to really live the dream, you must give people the ability to generate cash flow quickly following the Get Paid Today model, and you must also give people the ability to generate long-term residual income, thus answering the questions of what people want and what they don't want. So what am I talking about here? Okay, we have what's called a technology advantage. It's what fits into that GPT business model. They're technologies that solve problems, they're unique, they're proprietary, and they're very timely in the green market. The main thing in terms of what we're looking at is that they have nice profit margins built in that solves that Get Paid Today question. Because a person can market our technologies to both consumers at a retail price and make a profit margin of anywhere between $325 to $1,000 on our best-selling products, depending on which product you sell. Now, this is, again, the immediate short-term cash flow. This is the today money. Now, when a person joins your business with the technology advantage, you can generate a fast start bonus of about $640, which, again, is a higher commission level. Okay? Now, this also leads to the development of residual income. So let's talk about that business model. Now, with the residual income model, because we understand that not everybody will qualify for that Get Paid Today model or the technology advantage, we've built in a product line that solves that problem. See, a person can actually get started for under $150 and start building a business. You see, this actually opens the door to a wider demographic because it doesn't exclude those that have financial problems, and it even opens the door to the hobbyists. Now, it gets even better because you're not limited to either product line or business model, thus, of course, creating the hybrid. Those that can take advantage of the technology side can also use auto ship. They can also market nutraceuticals and can also build residual income. Now, the residual income is not only based on the nutraceutical product line. The technology products are included in that, and they do have higher commission levels. You see, every time someone in your team sells technology, you get paid a commission on that. Every time someone in your team sells nutraceuticals, you get paid a commission on that. Every time somebody sponsors, a person in on either side, you get paid a commission. So ultimately, you're building residual on all of the products infinitely deep in your team. Now, here's where it gets even better. For somebody who doesn't have the money to get started with technology, they can still market it, they can still sell it, and they can still earn commissions on it. Okay? And so what are we talking about here? What is that advantage? Our hybrid plan is essentially combining the two business models. So it's reducing the negative sides of both because it gives the business owner more control. You have the ability to generate short-term cash flow, the Get Paid Today income with higher profits, and long-term residual income so that if you stop selling, your income doesn't stop. Now, I hope that this information has been helpful to you. I hope that you have a better understanding of human nature, a better understanding of the different types of home business models. If you would like more information on anything that I have shared with you, or you simply need some help with your MLSP system, do not hesitate to call or email me. I am here to help. I wish you the absolute best of success in your business, and God bless.